Hey guys, how you doing? This is Adam the ecologist, and I wanted to show you this really cool thing we have over here at Moon Tree Studios, and these are solar panels. So they're basically giant light collectors that take the energy from the sun and turn it into electricity to power the things in your house, like your oven and your microwave and all the devices that you plug in your computer. So we have this array of solar panels all hooked in together. And what's interesting about this one, if you guys will come over here with me, is that we get to tilt the entire thing throughout the year so that it follows the sun. Because as you might know, the sun is in a different place in the sky throughout the year, and it changes. So if we can crank this thing, I get to crank this thing and change the tilt of the panels, we get more energy for our house, more energy for the things that we want to do. So I have a little guide right here that shows us what angle the solar panels are at. And I have a little crank right here that I get to crank. And let's see if I can get it going the right direction if I remember. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is gonna be hard for me to do with you guys at the same time. And I have to get that to about the 45 mark, and I'm not quite there. So I'm gonna crank it a few more cranks. Let's see. Ugh. There we go. I went from the 45 to about the 36, 37 degree mark. And I'm gonna leave it right there. And so now the panels are tilted just a little bit more. They went from steep like that to a little less steep. Then I'll come back here in a couple weeks and I'll turn it almost flat. So it's almost pointing straight up right at the sun. Right now, it's pointing at the sun like that. And then eventually we're gonna tilt it until it points up like that. So those are the solar panels. And that's another thing we do here to produce electricity in ways that are healthy for the earth, because we can make these solar panels that last for 30, 40 years and produce energy for the things that we need to do.
I want to show you guys pictures before and after I did the tilting. The picture you see now is before. It's at 45 degrees. That's the angle we left it in during winter. You can see snow fell off the bottom. Keep your eyes on that snow and you'll see it tilt up right there for the after photo. So that's going to increase the amount of energy that we get out of the panels. And then in a month or two, I'll come back and tilt it up even further to the summer setting, and we'll get even more energy. So I also want you guys to notice that we have a wind turbine in addition to the solar panels that also creates electricity. And if you want to read more about what we call renewable energy like solar and wind, like this wind turbine, I would highly recommend the book, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. This book is by William Kamkwamba and Bryan, and it's an amazing story about a boy who helped his own town and village very much in a very tough time, and he didn't just wait for the adults to solve the problem. He used the resources around him and the power of his own brain and imagination to come up with the solution that really helped people. So if you want to buy this book as cheap as possible, I recommend you head over to bigwords.com, and that it will search the entire internet. If you want to just get a used copy of this for somebody who's done reading theirs, you can buy it and it'll search for the cheapest price, since the libraries are all kind of closed right now. So thank you guys for listening. I can't wait to see you again later.